Hmm? No. Happy Halloween, bro. Mhm.
Hold on. I gotta pull over. This
Pull
is
over,
fucking
dude.
wonderful. Sorry to swear.
Where are you coming from?
Alright, where can I pull over here?
Where are you? Where'd you just finish up from?
Second.
Happy
Oh, I see
Halloween,
it.
bro.
I see exactly where I'm gonna be. Hold on. That's not.
What's
I
going on,
gotta
bro?
pull over. This
Pull
is
over,
fucking
dude.
wonderful.
great.
Oh
Sorry to swear.
man, where are you coming from? The deal from hell.
Alright, where can I
Just keeps
pull over
striking.
here?
It's a doozy.
Like,
Where'd you just finish up from?
who would you, in terms of
I see it.
I see exactly where I'm gonna be. Horror characters. That's not park right here.
What's going on, bro?
It's gonna be nice. Those are great.
Horror
man,
characters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
the deal from hell.
say. I'm gonna say
Just keeps striking.
It's
It's a
it, huh?
doozy.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Who
would
dude,
you,
like, just like
in terms of
it's like it seems like
horror
quiet
characters.
for a bit, and then it'll just pop out of nowhere, and it seems like
Nice.
the horror's just staring you
Horror
right in the face with a massive
characters.
smile on its face.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
mocking
say.
you? Is that what you're
It's
saying?
like mocking
I'm
me.
gonna say it.
Yeah, like I mean,
It's
that's like
it,
this
huh?
live could
Why
never
is that?
Yeah.
Tell me.
more perfect time. Man, dude,
so
like,
ridiculous.
Unload, baby. Let's go. Unload.
It's like
No,
That's
I mean,
it.
like, look.
it seems like quiet
tough
for a
deals are
bit.
part of the game.
Yeah,
Right?
Pop
Like,
out
I
of
mean,
nowhere. and it
that's
seems
100%
like
the truth.
The horror's just staring you right in the face with a
Some
massive
are
smile
because
on
of various
its face.
parties,
Like,
right?
sometimes
Yeah.
because of multiple parties.
It's mocking you? Is that
Sometimes
what you're saying?
because
mocking
like,
me. Yeah.
sometimes because like
Yeah,
I mean, that's like this live could not
like,
come in a
like
perfect.
more perfect.
Some
time.
people read the language a certain way.
So
Other people
ridiculous.
read it a
Unload,
certain way.
baby. Let's
But
go.
at the end of the day, it comes
Unload.
down to communication.
No, I
That's
mean,
it.
like, look.
Right?
Look, I mean,
And
like,
you could be the best
tough deals are
communicator
part
in
of
the
the game.
world,
Yeah.
but
Right?
the problem is other people
that's
in a deal,
100%
they need to
true.
communicate with each other too.
Mhm.
Right?
Some
And
are because of
and
various
some
parties,
people just
right?
some people just
Sometimes
like
because of multiple parties.
sometimes because
Some
like,
people are just not that.
sometimes
great
because
at
like
communicating.
and it makes it tough.
like
It makes it
like
tough. You know?
Mhm.
Some
But
people read the language a certain
challenges
way,
can be
other people
amazing
read it a
opportunities,
certain
Joe.
way.
You're so right.
But at the end of the day, it comes
You're so
down to
right.
communication.
That's
Right?
that's a funny
And
thing,
you could
Joe.
be
I
the
was
best
thinking this
communicator
morning. I
in
was
the
like,
world,
okay, like
but the
maybe I
problem
don't.
is other people
I was
in
thinking
a
about a
deal,
couple
they need to
situations of
communicate
like,
with each other too.
Am I
Right?
looking at this
And
the wrong way?
and
Where
some
is
people
my
just
advantage
some people just
here?
like
Even though it seems like I'm at a disadvantage.
some people are just not
or,
that great at
you know,
communicating.
what have you.
And
You
it
can
makes
always
it
like
tough. It makes it
figure
tough.
out a new
You know?
new
But
action to take or something
Challenges
like that.
can
Like,
be
that's
amazing
kind of
opportunities, Joe.
the
You're
fun
so
of it.
right.
It's just like, oh, you thought I was down, but I'm not a funny anymore. thing, Joe. I was thinking this
I've
morning. I was
risen
like,
from the
okay,
dead.
like maybe I don't.
Yeah. I
I was thinking about a couple
like, look,
situations of like,
every deal is different. And that's
am I
what
looking
makes
at this
job
the
so
wrong
fun,
way? Where is
right?
my
Is that, like,
advantage
you learn different
here?
things every
Even though
single
it
deal.
seems like I'm at a disadvantage
But
or,
like,
you know, what have you. You can always
the
like
more volume you do,
figure out a new
the
new
more the
action
higher
to
the
take
chances
or
of these
something
like
like that.
nightmare
Like
deals.
that's kind of
Yeah,
the fun of it.
like,
It's just like,
that's
oh, you
just
thought I was
that's
down,
just a fact,
but
right?
I'm not anymore.
And by the
I've
way,
risen
the
from the
buyer
dead.
is great. The
Yeah,
buyer is great.
I
Like,
mean,
super nice,
I mean,
super
like, look,
kind.
every deal is different.
And
That's what makes this job so fun.
But, you know,
right? Is that
everyone's
like
wired
you
a little
learn
different,
different things
so
every single deal.
just kind of working through it. But
like,
what did Mike say? Joe say?
the
We don't
more
learn
volume
from
you
or
do,
remember the easy ones.
the
That's
more
true.
the higher the chances of
That's
these
true.
like nightmare
I mean,
deals.
It
I
is, yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember the
that's
really
the easy ones.
That's
That's
right.
and
by the way,
yeah,
the
like
buyer is great.
but
The buyer
these
is great.
ones
Like
are the
super
ones
nice,
that
super
create story
kind.
time.
That's right. Yeah.
And
But
you know,
that you always got to think
everyone's
that
wired a
is going
little
to make for a
different.
good story
So,
whenever it's over. So,
Just
I
kind
mean,
of working
literally,
through
it's the
it.
first
But
thing I think about. I'm like, story time,
what
baby.
did
Put it in the
Mike say?
repository.
Joe say? We
You know?
don't learn from or remember the easy
Who
ones.
do you
That's true.
think are when it comes
That's
to
true.
nightmare
I mean,
deals?
it
I
is.
remember I remember the really
like,
easy ones because
do you think typically it's because
Yeah.
of agents?
yeah,
Do
like
you think it's because
but
of
these
lenders?
ones are the
Do you think it's
ones that
because of
create story
attorneys?
time.
Do you think it's
Right.
That's
clients
right.
themselves?
But
I mean, is it?
that you
again,
always got to think
I said
that
it
is
before.
going to make for a good story whenever it's
It's
over.
different every
So,
time. I mean, literally, it's the first thing
But
I think
like,
about.
is
I'm like,
it, have you
story
seen a
time,
common
baby. Put it in the
denominator?
repository.
I think
You know?
lack of communication is definitely like the
Who do you
overarching
think
theme of
are
everything.
when it comes to nightmare
But it
deals?
could hit in any different way.
Who do you
Like,
think are like
you know,
Do you think typically it's because of agents? Do you think it's because of
kind
lenders? Do you think it's because of
letting other
attorneys?
things
Do you
bother
think it's
them?
clients
A lot of the times, I
themselves?
feel like if they take out like
Or I mean,
frustration
is it
or being
again?
difficult,
I
or
said it
whatever,
before.
it might be something else going on
It's different every
in their
time.
life that's actually
But
like,
is
causing
it,
that
have
sort
you
of
seen a common
strife,
denominator?
and maybe you can get. I think lack of communication to the underlying like the reason of it. Maybe you can't. That's what the psychiatrist portion of it like comes into play. But I think like on the people client side, just like it's kind of asking a lot of questions, letting other things bother them. A lot of the times, I feel like if so sorry to bother you. No, that's actually that's the good. Something else like I prefer that in their life. Like people apologize for the wrong causing that sort of, and then the people that are truly difficult, you'll never get involved to the underlying reason of it. Maybe you can't.
That's true.
That's where the psychiatrist
And I
portion
was
of it
actually thinking
comes
about
into
this
play.
today.
But I think like
I mean, you took the words out of my mouth.
people
Communication is
just
typically
like
the reason for a lot of
yeah,
these deals going
asking a lot of
sideways
questions.
or
You
issues
always
to
get
pop up, what
apologies with
have
people
you.
like so sorry to bother you.
But like,
No, that's
there's
actually
no such
that's
thing
the
as I
good
think over
like I
communication
prefer
in
that.
real estate.
Like people apologize for the wrong
Like
reasons.
the more
And
communication,
then the people that
less
are truly
likely
difficult, you'll
a
never
hiccup
get
can
an
happen.
apology
The less likely someone
That's true.
doesn't have the
That's true.
information they need. The less
I was actually
likely
thinking about
something
this
doesn't happen on
today.
time.
I mean, you took the words out of my
The
mouth.
more
Like,
communication there is, the
typically
more
the reason
organized
for a
you
lot of
are.
these deals
The
going
better.
sideways or
you know
issues
this
to
example,
pop
but
up,
I
what
had
have you.
a few years ago. I had a
but,
deal
like,
with a lender.
There's no such
that,
thing as I think over communication
in real estate.
twice.
Like the more
happened,
communication, the less
two
likely
separate deals
a hiccup
where
can
the
happen.
lender didn't
The
give
less
like
likely someone
a
doesn't have the
proper
information they
pre-approval.
need. The less likely
Didn't kind of do
doesn't happen
the
on
right
time,
due diligence,
right?
The more communication there
for
is,
that,
the more
those
organized you are.
individual particular
Clients,
the better.
And
Like
so one of them did go under agreement.
You know this example, but I had
and they were
a
fine.
few
We had to
years
just kind
ago.
of
I had a
move
deal with a lender,
the program around a little bit, but it was very stressful.
with the
Twice.
clients, like, to the point where the clients were like,
It happened.
Saad,
Two
we hope you
separate
never work
deals
with this lender
where
again.
the lender didn't give
Right?
that's like for
proper
somebody, and
pre-approval.
this was a partner
Didn't
lender
kind of
of
do
ours,
the
somebody we
the
used to
right
do
due
business with.
diligence. No longer the case for
largely
those
because not only did
individual
that happen
particular
with that
clients.
deal,
And
in
so one
another
of them did
deal,
go
we
under
gave a
agreement,
pre-approval,
and
it was not a legit
and they were
pre-approval.
fine. We had to
did
just
go
kind
under
of move
agreement. They had no
the
chance of getting
move the
approved.
like the program
They
around a little
had
bit,
no
but it was
chance
very
of getting that
stressful
financing
with the clients.
Wow.
To the point where the clients were
once
like,
Saad,
the underwriting began. We hope you never work with this lender
Like,
again. Right, like that doesn't just suck for me. It sucks
for
way
somebody,
more for the
and
client.
this was
who's
like
excited about
a
that
partner
house,
lender of ours,
right?
somebody
So
we used to do business with.
Nabil, what's
no
up?
longer the case.
Janet, how you
largely
doing?
because
Joe,
not only
of
did that
course,
happen with
what's
that
up?
deal,
Hard,
in another deal, we
Hard
gave a
Money, Greater
pre-approval.
Boston.
It was not a legit
Got a
pre-approval.
bunch
We
of new
did go
people.
under
Awesome.
agreement, and they had no chance.
Welcome. We're talking about
They had no
deals
chance
in
of
real
getting that
estate.
financing.
Wow.
Once, and
once like the underwriting
That
began.
just comes down to
Like,
good communication with your clients.
That doesn't just suck for me. It sucks
as a
way more
lender.
for the
Like you
client
need to do
who's
that.
excited about that
right?
house.
And that's what I mean
Right?
by like
two
two
parties talking to
Nabil,
each other
what's
that
up?
you're not
Janet,
one
how
of
you
them.
doing?
Like
Joe,
you don't have
of
control
course,
over
what's
that.
up?
Yeah.
And so like
Hard
I have
Money,
nothing.
Greater
I had
Boston.
no reason. I had no reason
bunch
to
of new
assume
people. Awesome.
to think that
welcome. We're talking
was
about
not
nightmarish
legit.
deals in real
Right?
estate.
None.
Yeah, it's
Because
a
and
written
like it said
document
that's just
to you.
comes down to good communication with your
there's only so much
clients.
I can do.
As a
Anyone,
lender, like you
anyone
need to
can
do that,
take pre-approval.
right?
This is
And that's what I
Seinfeld
mean
bit,
by
but
like two
anyone
parties
can
talking
take
to
the
each other that
pre-approval.
You're not
but
one
that,
of them.
but that,
Fact is,
like
but
you don't have
but good
control over that.
communication creates
Yeah.
trust.
And so like
Trust
I have
creates
nothing.
like
I had no
reason.
these
I
kind
had
of
no reason
these,
to assume
to
the
think
trust
that
increases the
pre-approval
likelihood
was not
of
legit.
things going smoothly,
Right?
None.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
I
a
mean, I don't know if you
written
had
document
examples of
to you.
agents
You know,
or
like,
attorneys
there's
or
only so
things
much
like
I can
that
do.
that
Anyone
contributed to
can
some
take
nightmares for you.
pre-approval. This is Seinfeld. Anyone can take the pre-approval. You asked about the general thing. I would say
But good
insufficient or lack
communication
of
creates
communication,
trust,
proper
and trust creates
communication.
like
Two is
these
ego
kind of
underneath
these
that. I think that's
the
the
trust
killer on a lot of
increases
things.
the
Some
likelihood
attorneys
of
feel
things
like
going
they
smoothly.
like
So
you're there to be a
I mean, I don't know
conduit.
if you
You're
had
there to protect your
examples
client, but don't
of
make it about you and throwing in
agents
random
or
stuff and like
attorneys or things like
you know
that
pick your
that have
battles at a
contributed
point.
to some nightmares for you.
So I feel like that's in the attorney space, and then also you asked about the general thing. I would say that's ego is typically insufficient or lack of communication. Proper communication is typically more on the lender. I think that's maybe like on a lot of things. Some attorneys feel like you're there to be a conduit. You're there to protect your client, but don't make it about you and throwing in random
really boils
stuff
my
and like
blood and
you
keeps
know
me up at night
pick your
is
battles
when
at a point.
Tell me.
is
So I feel
when
like
they're
that's
like,
in the
oh,
attorney space,
I've
and
done
then also in
200
the agent
deals, or
space.
I've been in the business.
That's ego
I've
is
been
typically
in the
involved
business
in
for
there.
20 years.
More
Like,
communication is typically more on the lender,
you know what I mean?
and maybe
I don't
like
care.
another agent
Like
or something
the
like that.
matter at hand. How are you handling this business right now? Thing I've heard agents say. Do you care about your client? To me, before, do you care about that my really boils my blood? Right, so we can kind of like. Me up and do you care about the deal? When
Tell me.
enough to kind of like when they're like, oh, right? It boils my blood. Deals.
Yeah.
I've been in the business. I've been in the business probably for 20 years. I don't give two 20 deals, right? You know what I mean? I don't care. That is not a proxy. Like the matter at hand that tells me that you've earned my trust, like, and that you know what you're doing. Do you care about your client? And if I'm being honest, my client. Right, so forgive me if there's anybody on the line who's been an agent for 20 years. Kind of like do it right. If you've been an agent for 20 years, you're probably doing it wrong. Like there's so many people who've done this for 20 years, and probably have done like
hot take.
20 deals. I'm just saying, right? Okay, Mike. If I'm doing this 15 years from now, that tells me that you've earned my trust, and that you know what you're doing. I don't know. And if I'm being honest. And forgive me if there's anybody on the line who's been an agent for 20 years. No problem there. But if you're an agent for 20 years, you're probably doing it wrong. I think like one thing that bugs me and that makes deals hard is when like they're responsible. They're unresponsive. I'm just saying. Okay? Like Mike, if I'm doing this 15 years from now, we are conditioned like being in this business to be hyper responsive to a fault. Right? Sometimes like, we'll drop what we're doing.
I'll never pass up an opportunity
and be responsive. And I'm not saying you have to
no problem there.
Minute. But speaking of agents, like, these are very time sensitive things. Like, one thing that bugs me, clients are dependent on and that makes timely responses. Deals hard is when like they're responsive. They're unresponsive. It just seems like you don't care. Like we are nightmares. The heebie-jeebies. We are conditioned, like being in this business, to be like hyper responsive to a fault. Right? Sometimes because like I happen to watch this movie with Caitlin the other day and be responsive. And I'm not saying you need to respond. If you've ever seen Nosferatu, you got to be timely. Like these are very time sensitive came out last year. And you know, clients are dependent on timely responses. And if you're not being responsive, it's like real estate centric. Besides, like, there's always like a haunted house or some spirit that hasn't left, that somebody passed away in the house and they're still there and they're I actually want to feed them because I happen to watch this sorrow stories the other day. Spirit out of there, but this one was really good because if you've ever seen Nosferatu, it's Frankenstein, Transylvania sort came out last year setting. But the premise of the movie is it's a real estate agent. It is the most boss gets real estate centric. Besides, like, yo, you got to service like a haunted house. And he's like, all right, spirit that hasn't do I meet him, you know, downtown or whatever at there? And they're like, yeah. Feed them, needs you to come to him. Sorrow stories to his house out of there. But this one was really good because his house is 3 weeks away by Frankenstein, Transylvania sort of setting. But the premise of the movie is it's a real estate agent, expensive mansion in gets an inbound lead to purchase, and is like, yo, you got to service this lead. And he's like, all right, do I meet him? Stays at shit hotels, downtown or whatever. Watches, at the property. A woman gets sacrificed. Watches a vampire. Needs you to come to him. Get pierced to his house. Thing doesn't matter. Right. Doesn't matter. His house needs 3 weeks away by horseback. Get there, and he's just trudging along. And he finally gets to this. What's he looking at? The most expensive mansion in the city. Character, and to purchase as a second home. Okay, like, I'll finally sign after. Goes back stays and forth at shit hotels. Obviously, it's an evil spirit. A woman gets the guy sacrificed. Didn't even ask his boss to verify this lead. Like, have you talked to them? Did you talk to him on the phone? Doesn't matter. Haven't talked to him on the phone. But I haven't spoken to get there. He's just trudging along. Sounds like a shit finally gets to this figures. So he gets he goes to this place. They finally sign. He's like, I'm going to buy this mansion. Okay, and then that client clings to him and systematically ruins his life back and forth. And takes his wife at the end of the movie. So the guy didn't even ask his boss, did you verify this lead? Like, have you talked to them? Cold inbound leads? No, haven't talked to them on the phone. Was my takeaway. I have spoken from the movie. Spirit. Cold inbound leads. All right, sounds like a shit Zillow lead to me. So he gets he goes to this place. Those finally sign. He's like, I'm going to buy this mansion. One of our agents, and then that client clings to him and systematically ruins his life. Worcester County. And takes his wife at the end of the movie. So I'd say it's a cautionary tale about Zillow leads, servicing cold inbound leads. Whatever. Is
was my takeaway from the movie itself.
He was getting zillow leads in a particular area, and every single lead wanted to go see the same exact.
Those are haunting. That does
one
happen.
of our agents, dilapidated, complete shitbox. He's out in, which Worcester County. Everyone needs a home, and sometimes people want a project and all that kind of stuff. That's all. He was getting Zillow leads, and we kept having to go in there over and over again. And he was dreading it because it smelled so bad in there. He was telling me, he's like, in a particular area, every single lead wanted to go see the same exact house. Definitely dilapidated, and all that kind of stuff. And I told him, I'm like, that sounds like something you should create a video. Everyone needs a home, and sometimes people want a project and all that kind of stuff. But he kept having to go in there over and over again. Do one of those house tours, was dreading it. Talk about differentiation. It smelled so bad in there. But yeah, I mean, I agree. He was telling me, he's like, I feel like I need a hazmat suit,
kind of walk around.
I don't know what's going on in there. Exactly. Definitely doesn't look like the pipe sticking out the wall and all that kind of stuff. And I told him, I'm like, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you should create a video for it. Prime opportunity for him. I don't know if actually where it has that.
Yeah, totally. And you do get those. Like, it's like either
do one of those house tours.
Essentially, burn this place to the ground, and it's just land.
But yeah, I mean, I agree.
Bring a can of life, get maybe a hazmat suit. Like I've seen ones where like the person,
exactly.
It's perfect.
Exactly.
Mispriced
the pipe sticking out the wall,
misentered the price,
outside.
So then it becomes hot real quick, and then you get like, oh my god, how can this be 200?
Prime opportunity for him. I don't know if he's done that yet, but he should get on.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 8. Totally, and you do get those like either essentially burn this place to the ground, and it's just land. You'll get those listings. You'll get maybe a I've seen ones
this
where
market right now. The market has shifted. I think that's been talked about a lot.
Like misentered the price. So
one of the biggest
real
things
quick,
that can
and then
be
you get
issue,
like, oh my god, how can this be?
And I've seen that with one of my listings right now. It's not. Is mispriced.
But
so when a client doesn't listen about price, what's going to happen? I think with listings,
it'll kill you.
You know what's going to happen. It'll just sit. In this market, you got to price it right from the first weekend. I think that's been talked about a lot. It gives you the best chance for success. One of the biggest things that can be an issue. That's what creates and I've seen that with one of my listings right now. Nightmarish situations is because it's not good for. The last thing you want to do is tell a client. And when a client doesn't listen, you were wrong about price. That's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to know what's good.
It'll kill you.
That's not in their best interest. It'll just they need to know that. You got to price it right to actually sell their property. That gives you some. It gives you the best chance for success in some cases. So that's what creates. That's what creates. I think that's one of the nightmarish situations is because it's not good for a client. The last thing you want to do is tell a client, hey, many a nightmare. You were wrong. Buyers, sellers, that's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to tell my clients that appraisers can cause it. That's not in their best interest. To know that.
Doesn't it feel like you do all this work and you're all back and forth, whatever, you finally get to purchase it. All right, we figured everything out, and then there's just a random person that can hold you hostage.
That's one of the pieces recently that I've been
coming out.
I've been faced with many a nightmare.
Oh no, this random person is now could influence
nightmares too. You
all the other stuff
over what are the appraisers.
Doesn't it feel like you can look at all the comps in the world, and you're all back and forth, share those with those comps with them. Like, all right, we figured everything out, and then
you think they care that you're trying to help them do their job better?
Shut up, Bob.
They'll take offense to that.
Appreciate you coming on.
Good dude. Yes, and possibly even revalue it at a lower
price. This random person is now could influence all the other stuff.
But that's literally the conversation I had with. You could look at all the comps in the world. Exactly. Share those. Like honestly, I was being nice. Do you think they care?
No.
You think they care that you're trying to help? He's like, I was being nice. Like I should have gone a little lower. I know that street so well. And possibly even revalue it. like it's 20 grand. Like the comps clearly indicate that it's going to be fine for the 20 grand. That would be, but that's literally a conversation I had with an appraiser recently.
Craziest appraisal. You have an example.
He was like, honestly, I was being
crazy
nice.
Appraisal. I have one that turned out in our favor.
He's like, I was being
a multifamily in Lowell.
I should have gone a little bit lower.
That was listed at 670. There weren't really comps for 4 families in the area. Based on rental income,
it's 20 grand. Like the comps clearly indicate that it's going to be fine for the extra 20 grand. You're being a little.
So it was 670. and it appraised for 607. Craziest appraisal. You have an example? Joe's asking about a crazy appraisal.
He misread the PNS.
I have one, but it turned out in our favor. It was just a multifamily in Lowell. But we did try to like up 670 to help them out. Really comps for 4 families in the area. The seller had they're like, we want to sell it, but now there's a price so we makes sense. We'll go in and ask the deal at 607. So it was 670.
Was that Tyler's?
And it appraised for 607.
Yeah, that's all. He told me about that story. That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
And he misread the PNS. I mean, I feel like I don't have any crazy appraisal stories, but I've definitely had several.
But we did try to like up it
because appraisals are starting to become more of an issue now than they were.
The seller had they're like, we want to sell it, but now there's so we just I guess continued on with the
naturally
the deal at 607.
It's a $1.25 million property, right? Yeah. And it appraises 50 grand below. He told me about that story. That's like first-time home buyer. I feel like that's a big deal. I don't know getting family help to buy the property. It's super stressful for them, right? And because appraisals are starting to become more of an issue now than they were. I want to say since I've been in this business. I'd have to go back, but they had a gap. Like they had gap coverage naturally on their offer. It's a $1.25 million property, and the seller basically they split like first-time home buyer. They dropped they came up with an extra 25 grand. They're getting family help to buy the property. But super stressful. It was a highly stressful situation they had for the clients. I mean, first-time home buyers. They had I want to bring extra cash to close. I'd have to look back, but there's no situation when that's gap would be more stressful. They had gap coverage on their I would say like just it was a competitive situation now, and the seller they split the difference. It's more of a risk. They dropped it. They came up with an extra 25 grand. You up at night. Seller dropped the price by 25 grand. It was a highly stressful situation for the clients. I mean, first-time home buyers are not. You have the most minuscule control.
Yeah.
Inspection, you walk through the property, you can help so I would say like just the price, you're there for the whole offer situation, to Joe's point, like looking at the terms. Appraisal, I feel like it's more of a risk. Your SOL. That kind of keeps you up at night, right? Like you're gonna have to suppose that. You're gonna have to think about that. Joe, that's the piece that you have is little. You have a lot of the most minuscule control.
Yeah.
Inspection. You walk through the property. I'm trying to get through this boogeyman deal, this nightmare deal.
You get back to it, man. That's I say the biggest nightmare of
appraisal. I feel like
real estate is when there's something going awry. And you have to be in a class for a couple hours. Be the boogeyman committed to something else, and you
a lot of boogeymen.
Or try not to pay attention to your phone. But man, it is.
Oh yeah,
that's the nightmare of like
trying to get through this
split attention
deal,
right?
Yeah. Deal.
You get back to it, man.
Hard to be in those two.
I say the biggest nightmare of
attention, but like this obviously literally happened the other day.
There's something
Joe, that's ridiculous.
Awry,
the sidewalk,
and you have to be in a class for a couple hours, or committed to something else, and you or try not to pay attention to your phone. But man, it is.
But yeah,
that's the nightmare of like
the other day. These
split attention,
nightmares
right? Yeah.
Keep it's hard to be in those two places at once. Like you want to pay attention, but it is what it is. Like
I found meditation and yoga. I gotta get
Joe, that's ridiculous.
Like that sort of
the sidewalk.
I'm pro that because you have to be able to come back to center at some point. Stuff is going all over the place.
But I need to learn more about that. Maybe we'll do a story time on that. These meditation nightmares keep you from the other important things in your life. I said maybe we do a
I found meditation and yoga. I gotta get back into, but like waking up app or something like that. We're just like a 10-minute like, okay, I'm gonna be able to guide you through this. Come back. Pay attention to your visual at some point.
Let's do it. Next week, story time. I need to learn more about that. Maybe we'll do a story time.
I'll do it. Joe, I forgot does breath work and stuff. Joe.
Let's go. I said let's go. I said maybe we do a meditation session story time. I'm Saad. This is story time. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week for Joe and Mike's meditation / breath work.
Book it in. Pay attention to your visual field. And send us your Halloween.
Next week, story time. Yes. Mike's going to lead a meditation session.
I'll do it. Joe, I forgot does breath work and stuff. Joe.
Let's go. Happy Halloween, everybody. He's Mike. I'm Saad. This is Story Time. Thank you for joining us. We're back next week for Joe
wonderful.
and Mike's
Sorry to swear.
meditation /
Done.
breathwork.
Hook it in. There you go. And send us your Halloween costumes. We want to see them.
We're
Yes,
gonna pull
definitely,
up.
Send you mine tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Where are you?
Bye, guys.
Where'd you just finish up from?
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.